You're seeing here in terms of how Europe might see this. What do you think?
Well, we've already got some reaction from the European side, in fact. Two of the most involved parties, Donald Tusk, he's the president of the European Council. That's, the collection of the European heads of state and government, via a spokesman saying the withdrawal agreement is not up for renegotiation. OK, so this amendment, the Brady Amendment, talking about changing the backstop. Our viewers might be thinking, OK, that's just one part of this almost 600-page deal. Surely that's, just a small thing. On the European side, they're saying the backstop is part of the withdrawal agreement. It comes as a whole. You want to renegotiate one part of it, you renegotiate all of it. It is not up for renegotiation. We've said that before. We're saying it again. Donald Tusk adding the withdrawal agreement, in his opinion, the best and only way to ensure an orderly withdrawal from the EU for the United Kingdom. As you said, that other amendment that was voted on and approved was members of Parliament saying that they oppose this no-deal exit, the disorderly withdrawal. So Donald Tusk, that's his position, very much echoing the position we've heard from European institutions, leaders, and he's also saying that the European Union will carry on with the ratification process on its side, and also preparations for all possible outcomes, so orderly withdrawal or disorderly withdrawal as well.
So in terms of what happens next, Theresa May going to Brussels, and we're led to believe that Brussels basically is, to coin an old phrase from an old song, it will not be moved, as it were.
Yeah, it's interesting saying Brussels, because what do we even mean by Brussels, really?
Indeed.
Obviously, that's the place where, she's going to go. We don't know what her travel plans are at this point. I don't think she necessarily has any. But she says she wants to seek, quote, legally binding changes to the backstop. And she has admitted that there is a limited appetite for these kinds of changes from the EU. So, really saying she has taken notice of them saying they don't want to renegotiate, but interpreting that somewhat differently. The Irish government has issued a statement very, very quickly saying that, echoing the same sentiments as Donald Tusk, withdrawal agreement and backstop not up for renegotiation. They have said, though, however, that if there's a change in the UK's red lines, the kind of framework within the UK, within which the UK wants to have its Brexit, then this could change the political declaration that accompanies the withdrawal agreement. So this is this much slimmer document, Mark, that sets out the basic thrust of the future trade agreement that the EU wants to have with the UK. And I think that's interesting that the Irish government is talking about the change in the red lines. The red lines for the UK being ending freedom of movement. That's one of the things that Theresa May repeats time and time again. How to end that, pull out of the single market and the customs union. However, those are the exact things which currently are creating the need for this backstop solution to avoid a hard border on the island of Ireland. It's also something that Jeremy Corbyn has been pushing for. He has, as you said now, said that he will speak to Theresa May, but he and his Labour Party, they've been advocating a kind of Brexit where the UK stays in the single market and in a customs arrangement, if not the current customs union.
OK, Catherine, for now, thank you very much indeed. Catherine Nicholson, our Europe.